How are you going to sit there and turn that around on me? I told you when he was born. I told you there was 2 possibilities. I had to beg you for your address for you to come see him.
I find that funny.
How you find that funny?
So, explain to me, how'd you have to beg me for my address?
I had asked you what your address was. You finally sent it to me.
I moved 3 times. I moved 3 times. And before I even moved out of that house, out of any house, I gave you the address of the new address I was going to be at.
And then you told me you were going to
time.
come see him every time, and
I
never did.
want to see him, but you expect me to drive 3 hours that way to pick him up and back with no vehicle. You know, I mean, come on. Meet me halfway.
I drove the whole way to come see you just so you could see him.
Who paid the gas money? Who paid the gas money?
My best friend did.
Play again. I'm not your best friend, so...
My best guy friend, you didn't pay nothing.
Why so much time passing until you even gave him a hint that he might be a father?
I told him when I first found out I was pregnant, and he's the one that wanted to sit there and say, well, he's not mine.
When you first got pregnant?
Yes.
But then you didn't say anything to him again until you gave birth?
And so I found out what I was having and everything.
And then you said, hey, it's your child, right? Your
Yes.
friend screenshotted him or whatever?
Yes.
But then a couple days later, you're like, nope, not yours.
I told him there was 2 possibilities from the beginning.
But how did you determine after giving birth whose child it was?
Because he looked just like him when he was born.
The other guy?
No, him.
Oh, him?
Yes.
And then 2 days later, you had a change of heart?
No.
Well, then why 2 days later, you're not the dad?
Because I figured there's 2 possibilities, so I wanted to be sure. We took a DNA test, and he was 0%.
So the other guy took a DNA test 2
Yes.
days later?
Yes.
Okay, but then he said he didn't find out till much later that he was the dad.
I tried to keep up with him. He wouldn't keep
How?
up with me. Facebook, your phone.
My phone, but you didn't have my phone number. I never got a phone call. I pay my bill. I need my phone for work, obviously, so I'm going to get phone calls. Okay, not once did yours come in.
Okay.
Not once, not a text message. I want to be there for my son. I want to be there for my son. But if he's not my son, then you're just wasting my time. Not just my time, his time too. He needs a father. Point blank period, he needs a father.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out for him, so he doesn't grow out without a father.
What was your relationship like when we were 2 together?
Just friends with benefits.
Just friends with benefits. Isn't that kind of, you know, kind of careless with, you know, getting pregnant? Like, oh, I'm screwing a guy. And, you know, him too.
Yeah.
It cuts both ways. But it's like, oh, now we have a kid. And there's no relationship whatsoever between the 2 of you.
Nope. But my son is my miracle baby.
How is he your miracle baby?
Both my parents passed away 3 years apart, and he was born the same day my dad died.
Okay, so it's an emotional thing for you. And are you hoping that Corey is the biological father? You are.
Tell him about all the guys that you date and put inside that kid's life. What are they, meth addicts?
I've been through hell since we left your show. I mean, literally hell.
And that was 3 years ago, right?
Yes, and it's been the worst 3 years of my life since I left.
What do you see as a relationship with your son with Corey if it turns out he is the dad?
I hope he's there for him.
He
shows
seems
him
like
the
he wants to
attention.
be there.
I don't care what we are. I just want him to have a father.
And how tough has it been for you to be raising the small boy all on your own?
Very hard, because he does say dada sometimes. His first word was mama, and then it was dad. I have to see him run around, and he has friends that have mommy and daddy. He doesn't know what to do when he sees that.
Now, here's the other thing. If Corey turns out to be the dad, he ends up missing the first 18 months of his son's life. Do you feel kind of guilty about that? Or?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Were you kind of hoping the other guy was the dad, or?
No.
Tell him why. Tell him why. Tell him about all the guys that you date and put inside that kid's life. What are they, meth addicts? I think you're a good mother. I think that you make some decisions.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're a young girl, but you really got to be careful who you bring around your kids, right? I mean, what he's saying is you're making some poor decisions lately. But we're here to find out if Corey is the father of your son. He's 18 months now. Corey's only seen the little boy twice. And if this turns out it is Corey's son, this would be your first child. And the results of that DNA test, Corey, is that you are the father of Kinley's.
What am I going to say when I'm not in his first birthday picture? What am I going to say when I told him I had to drag you on a show? What am I going to say? 'Cause you know, if I was him, I would grow up and I would have my mindset, hey, for 18 months, my dad was a But I've tried nothing but the hardest. I'm sorry I didn't give you no money when you wanted it.
I don't care about the money. I care about you stepping up and being there for him now.
I'm going to, and I'm going to be the best dad I can be.
Well, you both made some decisions in your past that probably you're not very proud of, and seems like you're both overcoming, which is a good thing. Hopefully you're both heading in the right direction. It's sad that you weren't part of your son's life for the first 18 months, but I think when your son gets older, it won't be a big deal to him because he's not going to have memories from this period in his life anyways. So as he becomes more cognizant of his life and you're involved and you're there now, I think that's going to be the most